Hello, my name is Jordan and welcome back to my weekly pick-a-pile. This week you'll see we have 3 different piles again. This first pile is going to be for my entrepreneurs, the career reading. The next pile is going to be my group B, my second group, which is all about love, your love reading. And then group 3, which is also group C, will be all about the self, individual, personal reading. So you have 3 readings to choose from. You can pick all 3 or kind of pick 2 at a time, whichever resonates with you. Let's get into it. Okay, group 1. This is a career reading. Any entrepreneurs, business owners, could even be an employee. Just going to see, what do you need to know this week when it comes to your career, the workplace, your business. Ideally for entrepreneurs, but take it as it resonates. Okay, we already have 1 card out. Let's take a look here. Ooh, the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups talks about one, not crying over spilled milk is typically what people will say. But the idea is that if we look at these 3 cups, and let's say that it was something you're excited about working out, and it ends up that it's not working out, and you're so focused or worried about this negative or this thing that has gone wrong, you miss the opportunity of these 2 of Cups behind you. Now in tarot, the 2 of Cups can be a union, it can be a divine match, but it can also mean, especially with pertaining to business, like you and your higher self. So even though maybe, something didn't work out and emotionally you feel a little run down by it, you might feel a little discouraged, the 2 of Cups reminds you that you've got your back. If you just turn around, you'll see that there's definitely still opportunity to come. I'm really getting this as more of an entrepreneurial read. However, again, take it as it resonates. But here with these 2 of Cups, it's like your higher self has already gotten you to this point. Your higher self has already encouraged you to either start this business, start this path, start this side hustle. So why give up now? We can focus on this all day long, but okay, 3, more than half, 3 of the 5 cups aren't working out, but you do still have 2 cups. So instead of trying to, dig into these emotions that are really focused on the negative and what went wrong, if you just turn around, you do have other opportunities coming your way. Okay, let's see. Okay, next card out, King of Cups. Wow, and you can see the King of Cups back is towards the man and the gentleman in the 5 of Cups here. The King of Cups talks about being very in your emotion, but strongly. So there's no embarrassment, there's no resistance, there's no suppression. He's very strong in his emotional capacity and in his emotions in general. And it's so funny because you can see okay, the 3 cups here you're crying over it, but if you just turn around and believe in yourself and trust that you can, that there's still positives to the situation or to this, environment as a whole, and then turn your back and there's the King of Cups with that 3rd cup. So it's kind of don't really focus this week on what's going wrong, focus on what's going right and let that build upon itself. If we keep focusing on that positive, watch how many more opportunities or how many other positive aspects come into your place, but you have to emotionally align with it. You can't bring in this droopy head down energy. You really do need to step into, or you're being encouraged to step into this, strong in your power, emotional, just this emotional, I almost want to say emotional wealth, which is very interesting. Just feeling abundant in what feels good in the business and remembering again, what is going well in the business. Okay, what else? My entrepreneurs this week. What else do we have for the entrepreneurs this week? Let's see. I feel like this might just be one little hiccup in the road. I'm not really seeing this as a continuous energy. It does seem like it will come to an end. Wow, look at this, you guys. Then you have the Knight of Cups. Literally this will just keep building on itself. It's also important, as you notice, it goes from King to a Knight. So even though the opportunities might be of different sizes, it might not be oh, I lost these 3 cups and then I have this huge great opportunity and then okay, here's another, let's use the example that you have a store, right? Let's say that sales are down, but you still got a couple orders, and now you just like 10 orders just came in, and then the next day only 2 orders came in, but you still have orders coming in. You still have positives working, to your advantage. And again, it's just going to keep building on itself. It's important that you stay grounded in your energy and the energy that you want to be bringing into your business as a whole, okay? And here we have the Devil, which is going to be the first major arcana of the spread here. So we have that Devil energy showing up. The Devil can talk about keeping yourself like chained in an environment or held in an environment that isn't serving you, and you have full capability of, like releasing yourself from these chains, but you're choosing to stay in this energy. So again, just a warning, like what's going to bring this opportunity to a stop? Some of these, like whether that's limiting beliefs, whether that's lack of self-confidence, what if it's like a bad attitude or a negative outlook on the situation, whatever it is that's resonating with you, it's really important that you remember that you are in control. You can submit to this situation or you can overcome it and step in that King of Cups energy, okay? Have to overcome this Devil energy. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's where you are, that's where you are. And, this is a judgment-free zone. Purely just bringing you some awareness and perspective to what you might be going through. The judgments you place on that are completely up to you. Okay, you saw me just try to flip this card back over. It didn't fall out, so I didn't take it. But that is the Magician. Let me go ahead and move these cards up for you guys so you can see full picture. So Magician, what a beautiful card to get when asking, how can we overcome this energy? The Magician is another major arcana, okay? Put this here so you can see it. Yeah, that Magician is a major arcana. It's the alchemist, if you will. It's taking everything you have and creating the outcome that you're desiring. So again, if you're coming from a place of lack or you're coming from a place of disappointment, you can see even in the energies of these two cards, what a mismatch it is for this Magician energy. The Magician really talks about, it has the wands, it has the swords, the cups, the pentacles, all of the suits of the tarot. And he's just saying, you have everything that you need. And this infinity sign means there's like tons of possibility. And I'm going to also add and say opportunity. Now with the Queen of Wands, she's very much passionate, very strong in her action. I'm really feeling like strong in her passion. Again, I'm getting a lot of this energy is more like an entrepreneurial energy. It's just really important that if you've put yourself on these thrones, like this makes me feel good. I love putting work toward this. I love putting my energy toward it. Like remember why you're doing it. And I know that sounds so cheesy and it's like, well, yeah, I get that advice all the time, but sometimes it really is that simple. Remember why you're doing it. Be open to opportunity. You started this for a reason. I keep hearing this week the message, don't poison the water. So your water could be your dream. Your water could be this business. Be careful what energy you want to bring into it. If you had to pick the Devil or the Magician, either way, you're going to be in this Magician energy, which is this creation energy, this alchemist. So decide what energy you're bringing into this creation. And, even the Queen of Wands, she's very creative. She is a feminine energy. Again, take the genders. It's all gender neutral. Just because it's a female or male doesn't really matter. But she is, holding that feminine energy, which I think is really important to remember, is that creativity could be that, the extra cup. Add a little bit creativity, add a little possibility and positivity, and then let's see what can happen from that. Okay. What else do we have for these entrepreneurs, business owners this week? Okay, 2 cards. Ooh, the Moon, another major arcana. And then we'll get to this one in a second. I'll just go ahead and actually put these this way. I want to make sure you can still see everything. Okay, so you have the Moon. And you can see she's looking to the Moon as well as he over here in the 6 of Pentacles energy. So the Moon can talk about not seeing something, but it could also be like, for me, it's also sometimes like a clear yes. Like, okay, you're coming from the shadows. Okay, maybe some limiting beliefs or some doubts are coming into the picture. And like, okay, maybe a couple things did go wrong. And maybe those couple things that went wrong were your fault. Maybe it was just a mistake, but it was also an opportunity to learn, okay? And it's the Moon can talk about bringing up the shadows, but also looking at things from a different perspective. What's the inverse of the way that you're thinking of things? Maybe you're like, oh, I did something wrong. I'm a failure. I can't do this. But if you can really step into like refocusing your energy so that you can see other opportunities and other positives coming into, the situation as a whole, alchemizing that energy, stepping also into your creativity, and then seeing things from in a different light with the moon. And you can see there's a clear path to keep moving forward, okay? I also am getting the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles talks about like an equal give and take energy. It's also a very balanced energy. So don't burn yourself out to compensate for this devil energy. If you're like, I'm a failure, I have to now I have to go 110% into your business. Follow that passion, but don't let it stem from that devil energy, that needy energy, that shadow aspect. If you feel like you want to put 110 into this business and it's purely driven off like, I know I can do this, there's passion, I'm seeing the opportunities, then great. But it's really kind of like, I'm getting like breadcrumbing yourself, like making sure that what you're doing is in line with the energy. What energy do you want to be bringing in? And then being positive that if you become abundant, like it's like a give and take, like they give to the kingdom is the idea behind this card. They give to the kingdom gives back, It's just like this really good like energy exchange. Oh, Page of Cups at the bottom. I'm telling you, there's definitely opportunities around you guys. Look at that, Seven of Pentacles. Just give it time. Have a little bit of patience. Don't get so, in your head about this disappointment or this thing that didn't work out exactly how you would imagined, okay? Let's see if we can get one more card for these entrepreneurs. Ooh. Didn't fall out. I'm not going to take it. We got two. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles really talks about like putting in the work. And this is not only the work in your business, but the work in yourself. So you can start combating these doubts, like, okay, there's hiccups when you own a business. There's hiccups in life. There's hiccups in career. It happens. How do you want to show up in this situation? And if you can kind of take that minute to yourself, I kind of talked about like breadcrumbing, like, and for me, what I'm getting with this card is if you need to take a step back, even if it's just an hour, just remove yourself and really get grounded and kind of dive into this energy so that you can step into this, magician energy. Kind of remove yourself. It's also kind of like a head down, get to the point, get to business. Again, following that passion, following that emotional fulfillment. And as you work hard on this coin with this good energy, look at that. Ace of Pentacles. It's like a spurt of it's like a spark for you to get going. It's like an investment. One, it's like an investment of your time and energy. And I also see, again, a return. I talked about this earlier, getting a return. There's an energy exchange here. Put the work in, get the work back. Sometimes even better, but it's very important that, this is kind of like in the clouds. So just keeping in mind like that you are in a good energy and a receiving energy too. I'm also getting that with the Queen of Wands because you don't want to miss these opportunities. They're all around you. He's crying here over 3 spilled cups, but technically he has 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. So there's more on the other side of this emotion. You just have to allow yourself to have that energetically and also physically. You got to see it. If you have your head down and you're so focused on this energy, how are you supposed to see what comes in? How are you supposed to see these new opportunities? Okay? But you're doing great, a day at a time. But this is the energy for you this week. So very, very exciting. All right, this is for group 2, group B, the love group. Also, aren't these cards amazing? Okay, so let's see. What do you need to know this week when it comes to love? Let's see what the cards have to say. I know the astrology's been crazy this week, so I'm very interested to see what the cards have to say when it comes to love this week. Again, this is a timeless reading, so take it as, too many. Take it as it resonates, you see it, it's not yours, it's not yours. Ooh, the Chariot. Starting off strong with a major arcana. Okay. So the Chariot really talks about like getting ready to go, getting ready to start something. And I feel like, honestly, it's interesting because the duality here, this horse looks happy, content, excited. This one's like, holy shit. There's a little bit of a fear that I'm seeing that's coming here. And I almost see, like, you can see this, it looks like a wand attached to that horse that looks a little bit fearful. And I'm really getting the energy that you're trying your best to get creatively around your ego when it comes to this fear. That's very interesting. Like, just trying to do what you can to not mess this up because it feels good. Or maybe it's kind of like a suppression in a way of like, I'm not letting my fears get to me. I'm not going to let this come up again. I have a habit of, you know, letting my mind kind of take over the relationship, and it's not the reality. I want this. It feels good. I want to keep going. But you have to give this horse or this ego of yours a little TLC this week. Okay, let's see what else do we have when it comes to love this week. Okay, too many cards. You can tell I'm very intuitive with how I read. There's more than like 2 cards. I just don't want to take them just like that. Even if it's showing itself, I will not take it. It's very important that my deck understands how I want to read for it, especially this deck. It's just a little, it's new, it's fresh, and it's matte, so sometimes it gets a little messy, but maybe that's symbolic enough for, you know, your love life right now. It seems like there might be a little messiness, and that's okay. Ooh, 3 of Swords. Not my favorite energy to see in a love reading. Just going to talk about heartbreak. I don't even feel like it's a current heartbreak. I feel like, you know, I know Mercury retrograde can bring these things around. That's not necessarily what's happening here. It just seems like this ego, this fear is stemming from like a past hurt. Whether it's with this person or not, it definitely could be. And I almost feel like the hurt wasn't even their fault. It's something like maybe you took something personally. Maybe you guys just weren't in the same space, but now you've reached a space where you are. There's just like a lingering past energy of a broken heart lingering in this connection right now. Let's get some more information. 2 cards, I'll take them. Ooh, a Judgment. Even though this is a love reading, this has a lot to do with you. Not too much to do with your partner necessarily. So Judgment is another major arcana. Judgment talks about kind of like answering that call to be your higher self. You're being called upon to behave differently. You're being called upon to do exactly what it is that you're trying to do. Step into, you know, a different energy than your shadow is feeling. I feel like your shadow is really scared. Your ego's really scared. You just don't want to get hurt again. But you're really excited about this connection, or you're really excited about stepping into a connection, the potential of a connection. Either way, whether you're single or you're in a relationship, you're ready to embrace it and embrace the newness, embrace a relationship, and embrace the dynamic. And you're being asked to show up differently so that you can have this. Because right now, this is the energy you're aligned in, and they're asking you to shift that, to change that. Yeah, and that's being accompanied by the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is like very in your head, really anxious. They call it the sleepless night card. You know, it's just, you're so focused on what could go wrong. Like, you're becoming your own worst nightmare. You're like, okay, so here's what went wrong. It was 3 swords worth. Let me triple that and sit in that energy. No wonder you're so scared. No wonder you're feeling this way. This isn't a very pleasant energy to be in. I completely understand why you would be, you know, scared. And that's okay. Let's get some more information on the love for you. Ooh, 10 of Wands. You are really fighting that ego, and I can see it, okay? Let me make sure that everything is in screen for you guys. Okay, this 10 of Wands is like, you want to keep going, but I know it's technically sweat here, but I'm getting tears to kind of match this energy of that 3 of Swords. But you're like, I can't keep doing this. I can't, like, you are literally keeping yourself, I feel like every day you're almost talking yourself out of walking away from this potential, or stopping to put, like, no longer wanting to put yourself out there. Because you're getting so in your head about the past that you won't answer the call and step into new. And I can see exhaustion. I can see like you feel like you are putting so much energy in trying to quiet down this ego and to answer that call, but it's exhausting you. And when you get exhausted, I don't want to say like when you get exhausted, you get weak, but when you get exhausted, this is like a more prominent energy, you know? I can see that. I can feel that. Okay, let's see. How amazing though that you're like you're facing it. It's not just like, oh, it's happening and this is solely your energy. You're trying. You're trying to move out of that. The two major arcanas you have are the Judgment and the Chariot. Seven of Cups. Yeah, I can definitely tell that you're feeling confused. But also, you know, it's kind of like, how would I act in this situation? How do I move forward? What are they thinking? Is this going to happen again? Like, there's so many questions, again, that Nine of Swords energy, and it's exhausting you. But at the same time, oh, I love how cohesive these colors are together right now. It's the little things. But at the same time, this is opportunity. You know, what glass are you going to answer? I mean, what glass are you going to pick up, you know? You're going to pick up this energy, you're going to pick up this energy, or you're going to pick up this energy. You're going to pick up this energy or this energy. You have options in how you behave, and just remembering that. Okay, maybe you might not be perfect right at the top. Okay, maybe it might be exhausting, but you are in the process of overcoming. You are in the process of answering that judgment call, okay? And you have to, not have to, but you're being invited to take a different energy and a different approach and different perspective of this energy that you're currently in, especially with that Chariot. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to match that energy right there. I can see that. But you have to then look at this situation instead of like, oh my gosh, I can't get over it. Oh my gosh, I'm so heartbroken. This is so exhausting. You're being invited to look at it like, I have a great opportunity to show up differently. I said I wanted to show up differently, and now I'm being presented all these opportunities for me to show myself that I meant it. Okay? Just so cool. What a cool relationship. What a cool dynamic to have with yourself. What's some advice to get you through this dark night of the soul? King of Cups. Love to see it. Eight of Pentacles. Love to see it. Okay, first message here. I'm actually going to start with the Eight of Cups because, the Eight of Pentacles, because you can see here at the Seven of Cups, it's almost like he's chosen to take these things out of these cups. He's chosen to take, take those opportunities and run with them. It's going to take some work, but it will be rewarding is what I'm seeing here. And then you have the King of Cups. Yeah, you feel like, it's funny because I feel like you won't even be in that vulnerable of a situation, but you're really going to feel like your heart is right out there in the open. Because you do have emotions when it comes to, trying to be prepared for another relationship, whether there's someone in your space already or not. You want to be there, but you feel so vulnerable right now, and you're going to feel that way, especially as you continue to put the work on, because it's almost like you see how he has all these things outside of the cups, and these things are in the cups. Imagine those are walls and borders. The walls and borders are gone through that hard work and that inner work. So you might be left feeling very vulnerable, but you're going to stand in that, and I can see you really just like feeling powerful in that energy. Let's see, can I get another card here? Some advice and perspective on the situation when it comes to love and the collective. One more card here. Oop, I said two. I said okay. Queen of Swords. She can be like a feisty energy. She's very, again, like strong in her power. But look, it's almost like she has a conversation with her ego. This was a black horse. Here we have the black owl. And how it's kind of being portrayed for me, the message I'm getting from this card is she's like, we are not going to act out of hurt, okay? We're going to take these swords out one by one. There's three here. Now there's one. We're going to take these swords out one by one. Same here. And we're going to work on this. It's like you're having that hard conversation with both yourself / your ego of like, not doing it. Nope. Like you are the captain. You are the one that's in charge here, okay? And just to remember that as you're going through and moving through all of these emotions, Five of Wands. This is definitely like a card of internal conflict for me. It's really just you versus you. If you have any issues with this person, if there's someone in your life, it could possibly just be projection. So if you're having like, some issues together, some arguments, some tense energy, really take a look at like, is this really me, or am I projecting my fears? How do I want to show up? What work do I need to put in? What walls and borders do I have to have like taken down? What vulnerability am I willing to step into? And by stepping into that vulnerability, how healed will I be? And what's my new relationship with my ego? I would first get clear about your relationship with the ego before determining anything else with a partner, if you have a partner present, okay? It's an intense energy, I'm not gonna lie, but wow, what an amazing awareness. Yeah, really look inside, have a tough conversation with yourself, and separate you like this judgment energy, this higher self from that ego, okay? Really get clear about who's in charge. But other than that, an amazing love reading for this week. All right, this is for group 3, group C, reading on the self, okay? I'm so excited. Let's see, what do you need to know this week? Reading on the self. All right, let's see. What is the message for the collective this week? On an individual, personal level. Ooh. Let's see. Definitely feel like a surrendered energy already just from the shuffling of like, all right, whatever, whatever has to come. Okay, 4 of Wands is showing itself. Didn't pull out though. Ooh, okay. Let's get going here then. 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles talks about like really hard work, collaboration. However, I kind of feel like this collaboration is like within yourself. I feel like a lot of not dark, but deep work has been going on this week in the entrepreneurial reading as well, or / career / the love reading, in both those readings before this one. It's a lot about that inner work this week. Could it be the astrology? Potentially. I know it's Mercury retrograde. That usually brings up things, brings up some energies that need to be looked at a little deeper. Ooh, 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so you're really trying to decide, like, who do I want to collab with? Who do I want in my space? What do I want to work with? Like, you're asking yourself, what is worth my time? What in my life right now? It's honestly just like I just said. What is worth your time? You're trying to even out the scale. It's either like you're feeling like you're giving so much and you want to give something, you want to like apply that masculine energy, or you're just in such a giving mood that you don't feel like you're receiving, so you want to get back in that feminine. There's like an imbalance here. And I think that you're really trying to adjust your energy accordingly. And you're really trying to dig inside and say, okay, where are these imbalances coming from? How can I rejuvenate myself? How can I balance the scales again? Let's see. What else can I get about this situation? Okay. Ooh. 10 of Swords. Like pure mental exhaustion. Maybe you don't even know what's depleting. You're like, why do I feel so low? Why do I feel like this? Why is it so hard for me to get balanced in my energy? I almost feel like a lot of you are going through such like tremendous shifts on a shadow level that it's throwing you off. And you're like, I can't even figure it out. Where is this coming from? Why is this happening? What does this mean? You're trying to decide. You have the Two of Swords highlighting themselves right now, and you just can't. But you're coming out of this. 10 of Swords. Let's see what is going on. Get some more information. Too many cards. Okay, I'll take those 2. 7 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Coins here. Okay. Again, these 2 swords are being highlighted. You're like, I don't even know where this is coming from. I can't decide, like, why do I feel so imbalanced? Do you really not know? Or do you just not want to have to end a relationship or walk away from a place of employment or change what you're doing and take a look in the mirror and start doing what you know you should be doing, but you're acting like you don't know? Is that what's going on here? Is there a little dishonesty within the self? Are you asking yourself, oh, I don't know where this, I just feel so imbalanced, that's so crazy. But when you really stop and take a second to think about it, Do you really not know, or are you just finding yourself in a loop of confusion and overwhelm because you actually do know what's causing this imbalance? I think I've hit it right on the head. He's hitting, he's like working on this coin, like, oh, I don't know what, I'm trying to put the energy, I'm trying to figure this out. And like you can see, like I'm putting the energy into something. I'm hoping this is going to balance back out my energy. Totally neglecting these two other coins. So you're going to go right back into an imbalance, because you're on a loop. And this Knight of Coins is really like, hey, here's a really good opportunity for us to start moving in a different direction. It's going to take some strength, and it's going to take some determination and some honesty. And it might take some time to balance out these scales, but I feel like you're really going to have to work for that balance. And that starts with honesty within yourself about what's truly going on and what's holding you back in this energy. Like this is like having a true deep conversation within the self of like, okay, I've had this thought before, whether it's like, I know I need to start going to the gym. Okay, I said it. I know I need to. Or, okay, this person isn't bringing me peace in a relationship. I can't. Or, hey, I need to be asking for support and I'm not. It could be so many different things of like, you either not asking for what you feel like you need to receive, or you just not initiating what you need to be doing. It's either, again, I'm getting like an imbalance of the masculine or the feminine energy, which is gender neutral. We all have both energies. But it's like you are just not letting yourself see it or face it. And you're not taking that responsibility. And that is going to be like your golden ticket to that balance. Really working and taking that responsibility so that you can feel balanced again. Let's get some more information on what's going on here. Yeah, even the King of Pentacles is showing himself. What else is going on here? I'm also sensing some worry about like, how is this going to fit in my future? If I make this shift, like, what is that going to look like? It's kind of like, we'll find out, 1111. Four of Wands is definitely like a portal card. Empress, definitely calling in that feminine energy and abundance. Page of Swords, taking that initiative, having those tough conversations with yourself, okay? So that you can step into this portal, step into this abundant feeling like balanced and nurtured toward yourself. And that can come through honesty with yourself. It's like being vulnerable. Ooh, whoa, did you see that card fly? Being vulnerable with yourself. Okay, let's see. And right as I say that, Star card. This is my card of vulnerability. She's out in the open. It's dusk. She's nude. Like, she literally is so vulnerable right now. But she's finding peace in that because she has trust that by facing these things and facing that vulnerability, heart center open, ready to see what can come into her space, that's where you're going to get your balance, okay? Being vulnerable and honest with yourself and making like actionable physical shifts to support that honesty and that vulnerability. Some advice on how to get this going. Okay, Five of Pentacles. We're not playing the victim in this situation. Being vulnerable and being a victim, two different energies, okay? I feel like I need to clarify that. It's not, woe is me, I can't believe I haven't been doing this. No. We're not really focused on like the why you're not, or focused on the I'm imbalanced energy. We're focused on like what comes after that, the outcome. Again, you have like all these little pentacles sticking out. You gotta take those like tangible physical steps to change this energy around you. Whew. Okay. Seven of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Look at, she's holding that coin again. Seven of Cups talks about like having a lot of opportunity. You have a lot of opportunity, and you can see that opportunity here, opportunity here, opportunity here, opportunity here, opportunity here. It's all around you. Like literally I almost feel like every moment of every day, you have the chance to be honest with yourself and step into like your higher self or your true self, your most authentic self, and behave in a way that your most authentic or your true self, higher self, is acting. A lot of people describe this as like your highest timeline, quantum leaping, whatever you want to call it. The Nine of Pentacles is being so abundant that you almost have more to give. It's like you can start giving energy outside of yourself because you are so abundant in your own energy. How do we usually do that? Taking the opportunities to show up for ourselves. You can't pour from an empty cup is what I'm hearing. It's really, really, really important that you're acknowledging the opportunities. No deceitfulness, okay? Acknowledging those opportunities, taking the actionable steps and like the true steps. Like this is a bigger step. This isn't just like a page of knights, like, a page of coins. This is a knight of coins. This could be like, hey, instead of thinking like, oh, I'm going to go on a 15-minute walk, it's like, I'm going to go work out at the gym for an hour. Well, take it as it resonates, change it and shift it how it applies to you. Maybe the gym isn't your thing. Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe it's like, I need to finish this course. I'm going to read a page, or you're going to finish a section, finish a chapter, you know? That's what you're being asked to kind of like look at, okay? Look at all those opportunities and get so like full of yourself and like almost like consumed by yourself that you feel so balanced that now you're like, I'm overflowing on both ends, the masculine and the feminine. I feel completely balanced. I feel like I have room to give others. Amazing. Okay, you got this. Just a little bit more vulnerability, a little bit more honesty, and you got this. As always, I'm going to finish it off with a couple cute little messages from this oracle. Inquire within this oracle deck. Just 3 little cute messages for everybody. Just leave you with them. 3 little messages, oracle messages for the week. First one out, when you least expect. Ooh, 2 more. Let's see. When you least expect, I feel like it's just kind of like, again, stepping into that surrender energy, stepping into that trust of the universe, source, and trust of yourself, most importantly. You are an extension of the universe. The universe is also an extension of you. So it's really important that you trust yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. That one kind of speaks for itself, you know? Just keep doing what you're doing. You're trying your best. You're really putting, like I said, all 3 readings, you're really putting in that shadow work. Ooh, too many? Just need 1 more. Ooh, listen quietly. If you were in that personal individual reading, it's really about like being honest with yourself. And all of the readings, really, it was just taking accountability from where you're at, for where you're at and where you're going. And just finding, like, really like listening in and aligning with your highest self, your highest energy, or just who you're trying to be, like uncovering who you're trying to be. Just being who you truly are is what I should be saying. That's way better. That's more aligned with what I mean. Being who you truly are. If you don't know who that is, you need to listen. Trial and error. It's okay to make mistakes when you least expect it. Even though it's a heavier week, it's a beautiful week. I'm very, very excited for you guys. All right, guys, and those are your readings for the week. I hope they resonated. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. It does a lot for the channel, and I will see you next week.